Do you want to avoid one of the most common mistakes when it comes to building a custom home? Sure you do. So stick around. We're going to talk about what you should do and what you should know before you go to your architect to design your custom home. Hi, I'm Andrew Giannatasio, one of the owners of GTG Builders. I welcome you to our channel, and today we're going to cover real quick 7 things that you should consider, 7 things that you should know before meeting with your architect to design a custom home. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Number 1, it's a biggie. People get confused about it. They disagree with me, but I can tell you from over 20 years of experience, the number 1 first thing to decide before you go meet with your architect, what is your project budget? So people say, how would I know what it costs to build a home? Or I know what it costs to build a home, or how can I know what my budget is if I haven't designed a home? No. That's not what I mean. What I mean is everybody's got a limit. What amount of money are you willing to spend to go from where you live now to a new custom home, right? What is your entire investment going to be? You need to identify that number. You need to write it down. You need to commit to it. There's a number that you shouldn't waver from. Hey, you may decide to raise it or lower it, but the fact is, there is a number that in your heart, you know you want to spend to build a custom home. So there's no sense in going to an architect and drawing a $5 million house if you only want to spend $2 million on land improvements, and building a house. So the first thing you need to do is be honest with yourself and decide, what am I willing to spend on an entire custom home project? Number 2, identify a piece of property. When you go to an architect, that architect will bring in certain aspects that are related to the orientation of your home building site, how your home relates to the road, the driveway, how it relates to north and south, how it relates to trees, where's the sun rising and where's the sun setting. All those things are important for you to really design a dream home that functions the way that we want it to. So before you go to that architect, at least identify a piece of property. Better yet, go find a piece of property, and with the rest of the things we're talking about here, you may even be ready to put it under contract before you go and meet with that architect the first time. Item number 3 goes along with item number 2, and that is, once you've identified a piece of property, have somebody to work with so that you can identify what site improvements need to be made to that property. So when we talk about site improvements here in central New Jersey, we're talking about how are we going to get sewer or septic? How are we going to get public water or well? How are we going to get electricity? What does it cost to build a driveway? How about taking down trees, bringing in dirt, bringing out dirt? All these things go into the costs that we're going to end up with a site work improvement budget. Here at GTG Builders, we have 3 line items: land costs, site improvement costs, and home costs. It's those 3 things that make up a project cost that relate back to item number 1. What are you able to and willing to spend on your complete custom home project? So the 4th item logically follows. You need to speak to someone about what does it cost to build the dream home you're thinking of. So you obviously don't have an architect's plan at this point, but you can speak to someone knowledgeable. My recommendation here in central New Jersey, it's a custom home builder. Reach out to them, tell them, here's what we're looking to build. Now, in a 15 to 30 minute meeting, I can gather enough information from a client to get a real good understanding of how big that house is going to be. So we'll talk about number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, number of rooms on the first floor, and number of rooms on the second floor. Where do you want your laundry room? Do you have a powder room? Do you have a full bath on the first floor? What's going on in the basement? We'll do a full basement. Is it finished? So these types of questions that I can ask clients give me enough information to then determine, I think we can fit all of that in a 3,500 square foot house. Now, at the end of the day, within 30 minutes, I can return to that client and say, I think that 3,500 square foot house is going to cost somewhere between 900 and $1 million. Gives them an idea of what it costs. So when they go to their architect now, they can say, hey, I got a budget. I can afford to build a house that's somewhere around 3,500 square feet. All right. So you've now got, what does the land I want to buy cost? What does the land improvements cost? And that builder just helps you understand, what does it cost to build a house that's around 3,500 square feet. So the fifth item relates to the fourth item, and that is, have someone besides that architect who's working on your beautiful design, have someone partnered with you worrying about the dollars. You need to have someone that's there monitoring design and can help you relate the design that the architect's drawing back to a value. There's no reason you're not partnering with a builder at this point. Going to the architect is not your first step. It's finding professionals that can help you determine costs. I recommend that builder, you partner with them, you have them monitor your design and help you understand decisions that you're making and how it affects your budget. Number 6 is furniture and artwork. One great idea is to take some photographs, make a folder, and bring that folder with you to the architect's first meeting. Show them the artwork that's important to you. Show them any furniture that you'll be taking with you. So the point is that you have pieces of furniture that are important, pieces of art that are important. Our clients many times have art collections, and the house needs to be designed with that in mind. If you have a really special couch or a sideboard or some antique piece of furniture, bring pictures and dimensions to the architect. Let them work around things that are important to you so we can really pull together what's going in your home with the way that your home is designed. I can't tell you how many times in the field we have to make adjustments that can become costly sometimes, but they don't have to be. But they're adjustments to walls, to doors and windows so that a piece of furniture fits. That stuff can be handled in the design meetings, and a good architect can take that information, those pictures and those dimensions, and work it right into the design of your home. And lastly, create a dream board. You can save it up at Google, put it all on your phone, whatever works for you. Take some pictures and print them out. A dream board can include home designs that you've seen online, home features that you've seen online, archways, 2-story family rooms, fireplace surrounds that you really like the way that it feels, all of those things and many, many, many more. Save pictures to someplace and bring them with you. Nothing is better than leaving photographs behind with your architect to communicate what you like. Obviously, pictures of the front of a house, the front elevation, side elevations, whatever features of a home that you like, bring pictures. You can tell an architect, you can tell any human being something, they're not going to absorb it all. But if you leave behind enough photographs, that person will be able to digest, recreate, and at least process those ideas that you've represented in a photo. So those are 7 things that you should know before you go to an architect. The risk of not knowing those 7 things is to design a custom home that's not your dream home. It's not your dream home because you can't afford it, because it doesn't fit your lifestyle, or it doesn't fit the things that you cherish very much. One last word of caution. Facebook or any online source is not a good source for current building costs. If you're afraid to reach out to your local builder and try to build a relationship and have them help you develop costs, you're not ready to go to that architect. It's too big of a risk. It's too costly and time consuming for you to go to the architect without actual understanding by a local professional who has very up-to-date knowledge of costs. It's too risky to go without that. So don't do it. Just hold off until you're ready to find that information. I'm Andrew Genitossi. I'm one of the owners of GTG Builders. We'd love to build your custom home. We don't want to see you go down the road and be disappointed. So reach out to us. You're considering buying a piece of property, you're considering designing a custom home, you have questions about a project, we talk to people every day. Just reach out, go to our website, contact me. I'd be happy to talk to you about your custom home. Okay.